Alright, I'm back. I'm telling you, something right here. Let me turn this off for a minute. It's like a squeaking sound. It could be some kind of bird. I think it's some kind of bird. Well, the Lord's blessed me with seeing 4 bear already. I've seen quite a few deer too on the Greenbrier, and a buck. It was like a 6-point or something. I've seen quite a few deer. See quite a few animals around here. Of course, a lot of West Virginia's wooded area. I think we're on trail 24, by the way. Years ago, when I was hunting up what they call bingo holler, I was out there riding. I had a Honda 2004 Honda 350. I can't remember if it was foot shift. I think it was electric shift. Hondas just tend to be can handle this terrain on a regular basis the best. They just seem to be the most durable. Anyway, I was riding, me and my friend, we was going out to put some trail cameras, if I remember correctly, for deer. We was going deer, we weren't deer hunting, but we was scouting for deer season. And we was riding around on that trail. Once you hit up the top of the mountain on Bingo Holler, that's what it's called. It's a local trail, so it's very rough. I don't know, that was 20 years ago. It's probably way worse now. And anyway, we was going around through there, and I kid you not, there were bear tracks just like anywhere else you see them. That had to be the biggest bear I would have ever seen if I'd actually seen that bear. But they were massive. I mean, that had, and there was another place. I mean, their tracks were so big. I've seen the back track first, and I stopped dead in my on the trail. I mean, I just stopped. I mean, it was that clear of a big track, and it looked, the first thing that come to my mind was Bigfoot. I mean, I kid you not, it was that big. And I've seen plenty of bear tracks, but then I got to realize that it was actually a bear track. But I was looking, and it was such a big paw print the front. That was the rear. But the front was so big itself. I took a jersey glove, if you know what those are, because I had some on, and I laid it beside it for scale. Because back then, you didn't have smartphones. But I had a dispensable camera, like a Kodak you get from a pharmacy or something back in that day. And I took a picture of it for scale, but those tracks were massive. That had to be a big, and they caught about a 450-pound black bear, the DNR did, at the bottom of that holler because it was getting in people's trash. And so there's some big bear around here in different places, but I never did see that bear. I tried to find him. But they have a home range about 5 square miles. And my friend Ryan was sitting on the back of the four-wheeler, and I got off and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting out looking at these tracks. I'm gonna take some pictures." He's like, "What if that thing's still around here?" And I was like, he's not around here, I don't think. I mean, they were relatively fresh tracks, he could have been. But I followed him around through there, and I seen where he went over the hill, because there was like high grass kind of like this, but it was higher all in this area. And you could see where he split it, you know? He split it as he went over the hill. But I went back there later on and put a tree stand, a self-climbing tree stand in that area right where he went over, in hopes of seeing him, but I never seen that bear. But that would have probably been the biggest bear I ever seen. But anyways, that same day I seen the tracks as we was coming back, right where that road at Bingo Holler tops out on the mountain. There was some bear hunters there with some dogs. And right there was a tree where that bear had reached up and clawed it. And, you know, we're sitting there, I was sitting there talking with those guys. I didn't really know them. I'd never seen them before. But they were bear hunting. I don't know if they ever killed it. I never heard. They may have not found it. They ever got him. But, anyway, I'm about to lose my voice. And he's like, "That's a big bear." I said, "Yeah, I know, because I seen his tracks back around there." You know, and I mean, it would have been nice to see it. At least, maybe I didn't get a picture or anything like with a GoPro back then, but I would have still liked to seen how big that bear was in person, because that would have been a big old bear. It could have been 500 pounds, I don't know. Their weight fluctuates. That's not how you really measure a bear. You measure them by their skull, their bone structure. But, yeah, that would have been a big bear. I seen another pretty big bear, but I don't think it was him. This was an older bear. It's a big bear, but it was, I don't think it was quite as big as that one would have been. It's hard to tell. And I got really close to that bear. It's almost like I could reach out and touch him. He just looked at me like, "What do you want?" He didn't even run away like these other two. He just kind of walked off to the side. I was in a Polaris Ranger, like a 2005 model. And I had that same camera. It was in the glove box over here in the Ranger, but I think I took it out when I washed it and forgot to put it back in. And I reached over there to get it because he wasn't running off and it wasn't in there. I was so upset because it was a close proximity. I mean, I was ready to hit the throttle if he came after me, but he didn't. He was old. He didn't really care, it seemed like. He just looked at me. He eventually kind of sped up and trotted off, but he didn't run or anything. He wasn't the least bit afraid of me. Not like them other two. Of course, them other two they were almost fully mature. They weren't in their prime though. They weren't small bears. They weren't like in their youth or early years. But were getting there. They were young. They weren't fully mature. Like I said, they weren't in their prime. West Virginia experience. Getting food at fast food on the four-wheel. As long as they didn't change the rules. It's hot today.
Yeah, it is.
Was it like 90?
Feels it.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain though.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah, Friday they said flash floods.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's supposed to be flash floods. Got on fuel. Must get default to fuel when you turn it off. Lunchtime, everybody getting their lunch. Oh, let me get my wallet out here. Yeah, can I get 2 spicy chicken sandwiches and a large Diet Coke?
Okay.
That's it.
$14.95.
Thank you. Through the traffic. It's the busy time. It says it's the busy time. Everybody's here. Lunchtime.
Have you a good evening.
All right, man. I forgot I was on my four over there for a minute. Well, alright guys, I'm gonna stop right here because I gotta drink this for some of it. But you get the idea.